Hi, Glogang, and welcome to a brand new series of GloTalks. I'm nervous that this new journey is starting. I'm scared, but because God put this specific project into works, I'm excited to go through the journey with you. So let's get started. Welcome to my world, and I'll make it my world, I'll make it our world, and we can all be able to learn, we can all be able to get little bits and pieces, lessons here and there. We're going to be talking about all things art, all things spirituality, and also life lessons. So come with me on this journey and let's do it together. Let's learn together. After high school, I wanted to go into journalism because I love being able to figure things out, not just on my own, but also watching how people do things, right? And I love everything that has to do with media, background, sounds, music, and I also like being in front of the camera because I remember one time when I was doing the focus program, they had this one project that we had to sit in front of the camera and just read a journal. Like we had to read from the prompter and let people know about the weather. And it came to me so naturally that I said, this is, I think, what God wants me to do. And unfortunately, it didn't pan out that I went, to school for journalism, but it was still something that, it was innate in me. It was just something that if you put me in front of a camera, I can talk, I can be able to do what I need to do. And if you put me behind the camera, I can also be able to do that. I remember at some point, I received a gift as a camera. And I just started filming little bits and pieces, I kind of made it my little journal type of thing. So I used to write on my journal first, but then I digitalized it and it just became a little vlog for me. And from there it was, okay, where is the idea coming from? What am I really gonna talk about? Because anybody can be in front of the camera, anybody can have a subject, but to be able to put the message out there, to be able to change people's lives, to be able to, have someone believe in their dream is something completely different. And everybody has their own paths, their own ways, and I believe that everything is connected. So one day I remember praying and asking God to give me a sign, to tell me exactly what it is that I am supposed to do on this earth, right? And that's where the project of wanting to start a podcast and talk to my fellow artists came to life. And the name took a little bit of time because there was a list of names, but it was just not there. It just never hit the right way. But in 2020, when the pandemic started, I was like, okay, so everybody's at home. Let me try and utilize my gift and see where that takes me. And I remember just writing in my journal and asking, what it is that I can be able to do, how I can be able to go about it. And that's how GloTalks came about. And the idea behind GloTalks was that to have conversations that can be able to edify, to help people glow as well, and also to be able to learn from those who are also doing life the same way how I am. The most rewarding part of this whole process is watching how God has been able to manifest himself in every which way. Last November, I decided that I was going to go through a sober journey. I decided to just stop everything and follow what God wants me to do because I felt it within me that I needed to be able to get my word out there. So when I decided to completely stop, and it was not an easy process. When I stopped also, I basically just told myself that, you know what, it's just gonna be a 2-week process. Like, I'll go back to it in no time. And as the days went by, I'm officially at 6 months, right? And throughout that whole process, God showed me how not only good he is, but how by simply being able to not just act on emotions, because that's what I used to do before, and not also just act on impulse, but to really take my time, right? So this whole process, basically, GloTalks officially became a baby. when I decided to be sober. And I remember the first week, I wrote down a whole paragraph of what exactly GloTalks is about. And I saw as everything started coming to life, the second I wrote it down. It's almost as if it just unlocked something within me that this is not my own project, this is something bigger than what it is. It's bigger than me. And so I also started writing down a list of who I wanted to have on the show. And it was a message that I received from God on that specific time was work with what you have. Because I was really trying to look at, I need a studio. I need to be able to have, proper mics. I need to be as professional as possible. But God kept reminding me to utilize what I have, which I already had a camera, I already had mics, and I already had everything, right? So the reward on this particular project was the first time I officially filmed the first episode. When I filmed when I booked actually the episode, I booked it with my guest, and it was the day of filming. That's when I was like, whoa, this is it. This is coming to life. This is what I have envisioned. This was the visions God has been showing me since 2012 that are officially coming to life. So the reward has really been the patience that God has been able to give me. He's been able to give me much more creativity in a sober state, and it's been amazing to watch how everything unfolds. My personal vision is to be able to reach as many people as possible. I want to be able to edify. I want to be able to encourage somebody who is going through or was going through a season where they absolutely knew nothing, okay? Who were going through a season where they questioned everything, who were going through a season where they actually kind of lost hope in what the future, holds, right? Because I personally believe that, you did not just come into this earth for nothing. There is actually a purpose for you, and everybody definitely has a purpose. And I thank God for being able to clarify what my purpose is. And I want that this specific show to go ahead and allow you to also see the purpose that you also are serving on this earth. And the way how it aligns with GloTalks is because this show is not just about me sharing my endeavors. It's not just about me sharing my personal journey, but it's also being able to connect with others going through their life journeys to be able to encourage somebody else. So this is why I didn't limit the theme of this show to just being about artists. It is about artists of all walks of life. So if you are a knitter, if you're a biker, a sports commentator, like anything because life is art. So anything and everything connects and comes back to art. God himself was art, or is art, right? So it's like my thing is the GloTalks Show is supposed to be able to connect every single person to be able to glow up on their journey, and also watch as God glows their ideas into something tangible. Because an idea is only an idea until it becomes tangible, right? So the goal for this specific show is so that you meet somebody who has the same exact talent as you, who has the same exact desire of living or desire of life as you, so that you can be able to be like, hey, if she can do it, I can also be able to do it too. It's not just that she can do it or he can do it and I can't. No, anybody can be able to do anything. I believe that personally. Anybody and everybody can do anything as long as you learn and you stay consistent with it. So this podcast is for all artists of all walks of life, and everything connects through art. I can't wait. It's going to be awesome. I've always watched vlogs. I'm very much into vlogs and podcasts, and I'm very much into music. I love that. I love everything music related. And there has been one podcaster that I've been watching her work. I've been seeing how God has been able to kind of like move her into bigger spaces, into bigger conversations, and that person has been Megan Ashley. But in my day-to-day life, the people who have been able to teach me and show me that it is possible for me to think big, to do bigger. There's an artist named Jessie Simmons. She is just top one, and it's not even one. But I also do have a really, really, really great friend of mine. Her name is Vanessa. She has been able to teach me and show me that this journey is not just about sitting still and questioning and complaining, and you know what I mean? Like, it's really about living life and taking your time and allowing God to really move within you and move in a way where you can be able to touch other people. So my biggest influence has really been my family, my mother especially. She has been able to teach me so many things, and I have been able to watch myself and her grow together, and it's been a relief for me. And so my biggest influences are mostly women, but they have been able to teach me different things in different through different walks of life, that I'm able to testify every single time that I find myself in a situation. I'm like, oh well, I remember Mom said she gave me a quote one time. Or I remember when I spoke to Jessie, she gave me this specific quote one time. Or, oh, I saw Vanessa doing this. This is how, this is how I was able to see her handle life. So I've been able to have great women around me who have been able to teach me things, but also being inspired by Megan Ashley and her journey through spirituality and also art on its own. Reminding myself that life is bigger than me. Reminding myself that God is the one literally steering the wheel, and I'm just a passenger. I had to continuously remind myself that be patient with yourself. No matter what, no matter where you are, keep calm, and God really is in control. Because at the end of the day, the amount of times that I made impulsive decisions, and I could have just sat in silence for a second and waited until God told me something, And every single month, actually, from this journey, since I started my sobriety journey, God has been giving me themes each month to remind myself that He is the one that provided this idea, that He is the one that provided this specific space that I'm in, because this is surreal to me, guys. I was not expecting myself to ever be in a studio. This was just an idea. I used to talk about it so much, and to finally watch it become what it is, it's really just God. It really just is. And this month, He specifically gave me the word reaping. And last year, all I wanted to do was garden. I just wanted to watch something that I worked on see the light of day. And that was me sewing. I really just sewed, I just wrote down my idea, that was me sewing. And this year is reaping year. So I'm basically reaping what I sowed last year. It's been God the whole time. And I want for everyone to experience Him the way how I have, to be able to also testify the way how I am today. Watching how my baby is growing. It's pretty awesome. It's insane. It's insane. I would say that the thing that you know that you're very good at, and that you're the best at, that's what you need to follow. And it is very cliche when people say, listen to yourself, or listen to the voice in your head. It's going to tell you exactly what you need to do. But honestly, that voice in your head is God. Really pay attention and close attention to what it is that drives you, what it is that makes you actually happy. I promise you that's the thing that you need to do. I want for the person that's going to watch this to be inspired by the way how my journey has been going. Because it's true that, it's not everybody can be able to do what you do, but your talent is unique to you. Like, you can be able to start a business, you can be able to start a podcast, you can be able to even sing, right? But the way how others receive you tells you that it is either for you or it's not. So I just want to let everyone know that what really makes you the happiest is what you need to do, is exactly what you are on the path for. And throughout that whole thing, of course, it's not going to look like, you're not going to have your end product right there and then. It takes patience to be able to see and watch as everything unfolds. It really does take a level of courage also to be able to put yourself out there. And the one thing I would honestly want you to remember from this is there's so much better behind fear. I promise you that the fear that you're feeling into like, oh, I don't think I can be able to do this. No, you can. That's just fear. But once you actually go through that fear, there's so much more opportunities. Doors actually are opened, like bigger doors, better doors open behind that fear. So once you just go ahead and just jump in. Like, you don't even have to think twice, just jump and see where that takes you. And I promise you, you will not regret it. I mean, I haven't, so, and you know how this is going. So you will not regret it, I promise you. So just jump head first and trust that God is already at the bottom, ready to catch you. And He is going to catch you. He's going to show you why He gave you the vision in the first place, why He gave you the idea in the first place, and why you need to do what you need to do.
This project is bigger than me. Like, I know that it's my baby, but I see it as it becoming its own entity. The goal, more or less, is to be able to touch as many people as possible, to be able to share my journey and go through this journey with everyone at the same time. I want people to be inspired by it. That's what I want. Like, I want to have someone who is going to watch this to hope and to know that they also can be able to do what I did or what I am doing, no matter the adversity. I want for people to really just believe that whatever they put their mind into, whatever they put, once they put God into their lives, once they're able to, write down that goal, that specific project that they have, that it is going to come to pass, no matter the tribulations that are going to be coming your way. There's definitely going to be fear involved. There's definitely going to be doubt. What you actually do outside of that is what actually tells you that you're capable of reaching the goal and the height in which you want to get to. That is actually what I want people to know. Like, for so long, I did not know what I wanted to do. For so long, I questioned, my abilities to speak, because I'm already a shy and very conservative, person. I always question whether what I'm saying is right, if people can even be able to listen to me or hear me out, right? I've always loved being in the background and in the shadows. But the more I understood that my confidence comes from God, my who I am and how He was able to make me was not to just be in the background. And I want for everyone to be able to take on that confidence, that to always look at the cup half full and not half empty, that whatever and no matter what you touch, whatever and no matter what you think of, will definitely be able to, to see the light of day. That is actually what the goal it is. Well, Glogang, this is the end of episode 1. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope that it was edifying to you. I hope that this was able to give you an introduction of who I am, first of all, what this project is, but I also want this to edify you. I want you to stay tuned for the best episodes yet to come, and I hope that this episode inspires you to glow. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next episode. Bye!
Let it glow.